The story of Boeing, from wood and canvas to the skies of tomorrow. Boeing is one of the most recognizable names in the world of aviation and aerospace. For more than a century, it has been at the forefront of human flight. From fragile wooden seaplanes in the early 1900s to iconic airliners like the Boeing 747 to modern spacecraft exploring the final frontier. But the journey of Boeing is not only about innovation and success, it is also a story of fierce competition, economic turbulence, and controversy. The birth of Boeing, 1916 to 1920s. The story begins in 1916 when William Edward Boeing, a wealthy timber merchant fascinated by aviation, founded the Pacific Aero Products Company in Seattle, Washington. Within a year, it was renamed the Boeing Airplane Company. Their very first aircraft, the Boeing Model 1, also called the B and W seaplane, was made of wood and fabric. Though not revolutionary, it marked the beginning of a company that would transform aviation. During World War I, Boeing supplied training aircraft to the U.S. military, but after the war ended, demand dropped. To survive, Boeing diversified, even building furniture and boats. Yet the spark of aviation never faded. The golden age of aviation, 1930s to 1940s. By the 1930s, Boeing had become a true innovator. In 1933, they introduced the Boeing 247, often considered the world's first modern airliner. It had a streamlined design, all-metal construction, and could fly faster and farther than most competitors. But Boeing's biggest transformation came during World War II. The company became a powerhouse of military production, especially with the B-17 Flying Fortress, a heavy bomber that played a decisive role in the Allied victory. Later, the B-29 Superfortress dropped the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, sealing Boeing's place in history, both as a symbol of technological progress and as a reminder of the destructive power of aviation. By 1945, Boeing was one of America's largest defense contractors. The jet age and the birth of the icon, 1950s to 1960s. After World War II, Boeing shifted its focus to commercial aviation. In 1952, the company unveiled the B-52 Stratofortress, a long-range bomber that is still in service today more than 70 years later. But the real breakthrough came in 1958, with the launch of the Boeing 707, the world's first successful commercial jet airliner. Fast, sleek, and glamorous, the 707 revolutionized air travel. Suddenly, flying was no longer just for the wealthy elite. It became accessible to the middle class. The 1960s were Boeing's golden decade. In 1969, they launched their most famous creation, the Boeing 747, nicknamed the Queen of the Skies. With its double-deck hump and ability to carry hundreds of passengers across oceans, the 747 made long-distance travel affordable and changed the world forever. Expansion and space exploration, 1970s to 1980s. Boeing wasn't just looking at the skies, it was aiming for space. In the 1960s and 70s, Boeing played a major role in NASA's Apollo program, building the first stage of the Saturn V rocket that took astronauts to the moon. Back on Earth, Boeing faced challenges. The 1970s oil crisis made airlines struggle and demand for new planes dropped. Still, Boeing adapted, developing new aircraft like the 757 and 767, known for their fuel efficiency. In 1978, Boeing began working on twin-engine jets that would dominate the 1980s, while still supplying military aircraft and working on space technologies like the space shuttle. The rise of Airbus and fierce competition, 1990s. By the 1990s, Boeing was the global leader in aviation, but a new European competitor had emerged. Airbus. Their innovative planes, especially the A320 with fly-by-wire technology, posed a serious challenge. To stay competitive, Boeing introduced the 777 in 1994, the world's largest twin jet, with advanced technology, digital controls, and remarkable range. It was an instant success and remains one of the most popular long-haul aircraft today. In 1997, Boeing merged with McDonnell Douglas, strengthening its military and space divisions. The 21st century, innovation and crisis. In the early 2000s, Boeing set out to redefine aviation once again with the 787 Dreamliner, introduced in 2011. Built largely from carbon fiber composites, the 787 was lighter, more fuel efficient, and more comfortable for passengers. It quickly became one of Boeing's best sellers, but Boeing also faced major challenges. The 737 MAX crisis, 2018 to 2020. After two tragic crashes killed 346 people, the aircraft was grounded worldwide for nearly 2 years. Investigations revealed flaws in the aircraft's MCAS software and raised questions about Boeing's corporate culture and regulatory oversight. This became one of the darkest moments in Boeing's history. Competition from Airbus. Airbus surpassed Boeing in global sales, especially with the success of the A320neo and A350 series. Pandemic impact, 2020. COVID-19 devastated the aviation industry, grounding fleets and leading to massive cancellations of aircraft orders. Boeing today and tomorrow. Today, Boeing operates across three major divisions. Commercial airplanes, producing models like the 737, 777, and 787. Defense, space, and security, building fighter jets, military helicopters, drones, and space systems. Global services, providing aviation support worldwide. Boeing continues to innovate with projects like the Boeing Starliner spacecraft, part of NASA's Commercial Crew Program. The 777X featuring folding wingtips for greater efficiency. Concepts for sustainable aviation, electric propulsion, and hydrogen-powered aircraft. Despite setbacks, Boeing remains a cornerstone of global aviation and aerospace. Its story is one of ambition, triumph, failure, and resilience. From a humble seaplane on Lake Union in 1916 to advanced spacecraft in the 21st century, Boeing has shaped the way humans fly. Across continents and into space, its journey mirrors the story of modern aviation itself. A mix of daring innovation, fierce competition, remarkable achievements, and sobering lessons. As the world looks towards sustainable flight and interplanetary travel, one question remains. Will Boeing continue to lead humanity into the skies of tomorrow?